City of Stevens Point Special Common Council Meeting, recorded December 2, 2019.
Okay, now I will call the Plan Commission meeting to order at 6 o'clock. Roll call shows, is Anna out there somewhere?
I saw Anna.
Oh, Anna's out there, okay, so we have everybody. Roll call is unanimous, everybody is present. We will stand in recess until completion of the Common Council meeting. We will reconvene the Plan Commission at 6:35. Everyone is still present, and we will proceed with our agenda. Item number 2 is the report of the November 4th and November 11th meetings, page 2 of 4 of your packet, Commissioners.
I do want to make a quick note, Mayor, if I may. The November 11th joint meeting minutes were not attached, so they will be included in the January agenda for review there. So you would only be acting on the November 4th meeting minutes.
Perfect. Commissioners? Commissioner Cooper?
I'll move approval of the November 4th minutes.
Thank you. Second? Seconded by Haynes. Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that's approved. Item number 3 is a public hearing and action on a request from Century Insurance for a conditional use permit to construct a boutique hotel at 601 Michigan Avenue North, page 5 of your packet. Kyle, anything to kick us off?
I'm sure many of you are aware of this, as this is public, but Century is
Excuse me,
proposing...
hang on one second. Alder Morrow, could you ask him to step around the corner or something? They're a little loud. Thank you, Alder Dalton. Sorry,
Century's
Kyle.
proposing a 64-room hotel available to the public on their existing facility or near their existing Century World facility just to the south. The development does include demolition of their existing facility for their private guests, which is not open to the public. So this new boutique hotel would be open to the public and, again, have 64 rooms. It's just to the east of the potential, or the current location of their existing facility and south of Century World. And here is a rendering of what the facility would look like. Again, more details have been included within the Plan Commission packet. And the design of the facility will closely match that of Century World as well. In reviewing the conditional use permit, again, this property is split zoned. Part of it is B4, part of it is Conservancy. The hotel is going on the portion that is zoned B4, and any hotel within the City of Stevens Point requires a conditional use permit. Those conditions have been reviewed thoroughly within your packet. Essentially, you know, the main primary access is going to be taken via the same road. They are going to have a potential construction road, as well as then pave that road after the project for deliveries. The project is surrounded by existing vegetation. Again, it's very secluded, and because it is on the Century campus, it shouldn't have any negative effects on the surrounding neighbors. And ultimately, staff would recommend approval with the conditions outlined on the screen and in your staff report.
Thank you. Before I open the public comment or public hearing, are there any clarifying questions from the Commissioners? Commissioner Arnson.
What is a boutique hotel? How is it different from a hotel, and does it make a difference to us?
I asked the same thing. It's just a title.
All right.
The title
Doesn't make a
amenities
difference.
typically are of higher end and in larger quantities than a standard hotel. So that's what the difference would be. Typically, boutique hotels are somewhere between 60 and 80 total units as opposed to just a standard hotel, which may be closer to 90 or in even the hundreds.
Good enough, thanks.
Smaller, more quaint. More kiki. All right, I will declare the public hearing open. Anyone wishing to offer testimony on this, please step forward, name and address for the record.
Kathy Dugan, District 8 Alder. I just have a question and then a comment, I think. Is it accurate that the building that's currently a bit like a hotel will be raised? Okay.
Correct.
And that's not a very old building. Do you know anything about deconstruction there?
We'll stick to the public hearing. We can answer some questions after the public hearing is closed.
Of course, yeah. I'm concerned about that. I know exactly where this will be. It's a good location. It's interesting that it'll be open to the public. The current so-called hotel is, I think, mostly for their
It's a
people.
residency center.
Yeah, it's a residency.
It is not open to the
for their
public.
own employees, yeah. I'm concerned that a fairly new building will be demolished and be replaced by something new. It's very environmentally disturbing. That's all.
Thank you. Public hearing is still open? Absolutely.
Sean Morrow, District 11. I'm very, very excited about this. This is in my area. I talked to Central Insurance, and my understanding was they are going to build a hotel, and it is going to be open to the public. And they're going to run it themselves, where a lot of other places would actually farm this out to like a Marriott or the Holiday Inn. So they're going to have Central Insurance benefits, pay, health insurance, and so on, which a lot of the larger chains do not have. This is just another example of how Central Insurance is goes above and beyond in everything that they end up doing for us. They're not asking for any incentives that I've heard of, and so unlike so many other firms who make hundreds of millions of dollars, who don't really need the money, they didn't ask for any money. And that's the way that they did it with their other building in my area as well. And this is just another example of how Central Insurance really has lived by that motto, live here, play here, work here, or one of those three terms. It's work here, play here. But, and so many other firms, we have several very good firms here, but for too many of them, the support of the city stops at the end of their hashtag. Central Insurance has done so much for us. They helped us buy a snowplow. They didn't ask for any accolades for that. They didn't ask for a press release. They saw a need. They helped us replace our police dog when our police dog died. And part of Live Here, part of that motto is quality of life. And for that quality of life goes for our schools, our roads, our parks, the city services that we have, and they're not afraid to help the city pay for those things. With so many other firms, when you ask them to pay for anything, it's like an evil word, taxes. Oh my God, I shouldn't have to pay any taxes. Well, those are the things that help fund our city services, fund our parks, our schools, our police, everything that makes Stevens Point what it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Public hearing is still open. Public hearing remains open. And for the third time, the public hearing is open. Seeing no one else wishing to speak, I will declare the public hearing closed and we'll move on to action. Before we do, Alder Morrow, thank you for the comments. Century has been one of the strongest partners the city's had for generations. And that whole tax thing is going to be even better because if this hotel goes through, now there's a room tax that goes along with that. No, it'll actually help fund some of the things that bring people to our community. So that'll be very good. Commissioners, what are your wishes? Commissioner Cooper?
Move approval of the conditional use permit as presented,
you.
subject to staff recommended conditions.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Alderperson Kneebone. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that is approved. Item number 4 is a public hearing and action on a request from Joseph Fonte, representing Realty Investments LLC for a conditional use permit to split a parcel of land within a mobile home park at 2501 Nebo Street. Thank you for staying.
All right, so the request before you is for a lot split for an existing use. The use is a mobile home park on Nebo Street, and the request, again, is for a lot split, and because all mobile home parks in the city are a conditional use, technically, a lot split would be a change to that conditional use because you're reducing the land area for that use, or you're splitting off the ownership entity for that use, so it will have to come before this body. However, none of the uses are going to change. The parking will remain for the section that's being split off to the west, and the mobile home park will remain for the section being split off to the east.
Okay.
And therefore, we would recommend approval.
Any questions before we open the public hearing? Okay, public hearing is declared open. Anyone wishing to offer testimony on this request, step forward, name and address for the record.
To all those concerned, Mayor Louisa in particular, I have a question. I am a resident of the mobile home park.
Name and address, sir.
2501 Neville Street, unit number 700.
And your name?
Robert Minton, M-I-N-T-O-N.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. My question is this. Is the mobile home park going to stay the same as it is right now? Or how is it going to be divided up?
Okay, Kyle, can we bring the map back up to show the lot line split? It's up here on the screen, sir. There's one right behind you, too. Does that answer your question? The intent is that the mobile home park will remain as a mobile home park. I think what the split is they're working with, Mr. Fonte's working with another organization that is going to take some of that and use that as, my words, not theirs, transitional housing, to give people a place to stay where, and live till they can get something else if they choose to.
Okay, well, they do that now.
Yes.
To a degree, because there are some homes in the park, mobile homes, that a church in Stevens Point owns and pays the rent on.
Right.
To Realty Investment LLC, which is basically Mr. Joe Fonte Jr. and his brothers, I believe,
Okay.
are the recipients of the ownership of the park.
So to answer your question as best as I can, sir, I don't believe the intention is to change the use of the mobile home park at all.
Okay, that's what I was just concerned about.
Mayor Weezer, I am Joe Conti.
I know. We can have you come up afterwards, but this is a public hearing, so
Are you Mr. Fonte?
you guys chat. I'll continue with the public hearing, and then we'll answer the questions. Public hearing is still open. We'll give you a chance after. Public hearing remains open. For the third time, the public hearing is open. Seeing no one else wishing to speak, I'll declare the public hearing closed, move it to action. Mr. Fonte, you have the floor.
And I am Joe Fonte, and as to the use, sir, it is meant to stay the same. This is just because we're going to continue Realty Investment of owning the parking lot. We needed to get a split as to the parcel, a lot split. And so because of that, that's why we needed to go in front of this body. But it's meant to be a mobile home park still, as well as the parking lot is meant to be for the same use it currently has.
Thank you very much. Kyle?
I do want to clarify in regards to condition 2 up on the screen, Mr. Fonte and or one of his contractors did confirm that 6.7 feet does exist for a setback from the parking lot. I think we'll still keep condition 2 there, but I will clarify that setback has been met on the east for the parking lot.
Perfect. Thank you. Commissioners, what are your wishes? Commissioner Arnson?
Doesn't make a difference. It looks like it's gonna be split and then the mobile home park will be sold. Does that come into play at all? Or is this just the parcel split?
What we're considering right now is just the parcel split.
Okay.
But as stated, the intent is to keep it as a mobile home park.
Right.
Regardless of any
Yeah, I just thought it
properties
was
that change
curious. I
owner.
thought that they'd split off the parking lot and sell that, but it looks like they're splitting off the mobile home park and selling that. But either way, it doesn't matter to us.
Right.
Thanks. I make a motion to approve per
Thank you.
staff recommendations.
Do we have a second? Seconded by Commissioner Haynes. Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, sir, for coming in.
Thank you, sir.
Item number 5 is a request from Wisconsin Public Service for an easement for the purposes of constructing overhead electrical on the south side of Industrial Park Road, east side of McDill Pond, and north of Parkway Drive. Kyle?
Really don't have anything to add in regards to the memo, but basically, it's just another easement. We've approved many this past year for TDS for their facilities, and this is another one before you tonight. We would recommend approval.
Okay, commissioners? What are your wishes?
Move approval.
Moved by Haynes, seconded by Hoppy. Discussion? Any comments? No? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that is approved. Item number 6 is a memorandum of understanding with the Portage County Business Council to install a sign upon an existing sign within the city's industrial park at the end of Heffron Court, west of I-39. Page 34 of your packet, commissioners. Kyle?
Again, we've described it pretty clear in the memo. This is a little unique request in that it's a city sign, so any city infrastructure needs approval for any, work or addition, whether it's a park facility, city hall, or something such as this. So the Portage County Business Council has asked to place a sign on this sign, and we've got some renderings here. They're not exactly sure the size yet or the location, but it basically is in reference to the county economic development website that the Portage County Business Council is marketing. I will also note that Plover did a very similar sign and a very similar memo of understanding. So basically tonight, we're looking for the approval to permit the sign placement on our sign. And a lot of the details in regards to the sign size aren't specific yet. We don't know the existing sign size or the proposed sign that'll be attached to it, but the overall signage will need to meet the sign code requirements for height, for size, and so forth. So we would recommend approval.
Okay. Commissioners?
I'll move approval.
Thank you. Seconded by Alder Nebone. Discussion. I'm going to just make a comment that I didn't like number 2, the middle one.
Yeah, that one,
Yeah, it doesn't keep with the symmetry of the sign.
No, it looks a little out of place,
Yeah.
but, all right. Any other comments from the audience? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that is approved. Item number 7. Director Karnowski, we will allow you to give your first monthly report. This is for October and November.
Okay, so it definitely has been a very strong fall in the Community Development Department. One single family, several commercial projects have come through. If the permits that are hopefully going to get pulled this December come through, this will have been our best year, beating out 2017. I don't want to take any credit, but I did come in right at the end here, so.
We'll give you the credit.
Other than that, the department's been very, very busy, transitioning to a new director, but we've had a lot of fun, right, gang?
that's putting them on the spot.
So I would answer any questions the commission may have.
Commissioners, anything? Otherwise, I'd look for a motion to accept the report and place it on file.
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Hoppy. Any comments?
Great job.
And it is a team, and I know former Director Ostrowski isn't here to hear it, but I'll send him a link to the video. Him and his staff did a bang-up job, and these are the fruits of those labors. And Ryan's going to come in, and he's going to keep that momentum going. I think we should all be very proud of our city staff and the work that they've done to help keep us a vibrant community.
I will add one additional item. Kyle did let me know. We are hoping to have our targeted area master planning for downtown and Division Street back in front of the joint bodies in January, February at the latest for consideration and hopeful adoption.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
I will say that the latest edition of the Municipality magazine does indicate that Ryan is on board, so
Key card still works, so.
give you a little credit anyway.
So far, so good. All right, so we have a motion to accept the report and place it on file. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that is approved. Item number 8 is a staff update.
That was just at
That was
the
just it?
downtown,
You
yeah.
jumped on
sorry.
that?
I jumped on
Without
it.
voting?
I know.
Let it go on, there's a mark on his record now. So we don't have a staff update. Did anybody have any questions before we adjourn regarding the staff update? If not, our agenda is exhausted and we are adjourned at 6:55.
A video of this meeting is available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.